So, Courtney Joe here with Pause and Grow Podcast. Good morning, everybody. And I thought that while I get ready, I could share a few words about what is coming for Roadmap to Growth. So, Roadmap to Growth has become an official LLC. It's Roadmap to Growth Enterprises, doing business as R2G. And while this is still something so very, very small, it's starting out very small, I have a huge vision for what it's going to become. And one of those pieces underneath that umbrella of what it's going to become is going to be the Roadmap to Growth Ministries, which is the nonprofit that I operate. It's my outreach. It's the impact that I have on the community. It's what I'm already doing and that I will continue to do even if I, without the 501c3 status. So it's just about the impact that I make as an individual on the community. And then, but with Roadmap to Growth Enterprises, what I'm doing underneath that umbrella as of right now is I am selling my books, and I will be visiting a few events coming up. One is going to be where I'm just going to kind of put myself out there and be a resource for the community. I want to be a support for people who are transitioning from unhealthy environments. That's my mission. Regardless of where they're coming from, that's the targeted audience that I want to be able to support. People who are coming from toxic environments, abusive relationships, addiction, incarceration, mental health facilities. Most of these people, when they come out of these places, they're going right back to where they had their crisis. They're going right back into these abusive homes. They're going right back. And it's like, okay, obviously I can't provide this right now, but where can I start and how can I help here? Anyway, so I'll be at the Overdose Awareness Walk on August 29th. And I'll just be there just to share a little bit about what my mission work is. I don't plan to be there to sell things or anything like that. And then I will be at the Looking Through the Glass event on September 5th. As $20 a car per person to come out there. You should come out and support the lady who owns that out there. I don't know her personally yet, but I'm hoping to be able to get a booth out there, and that will be my first official booth as a business, selling my books and my merchandise. One of the big things about the books that we sell, our book, A Day with Grace, which is a children's book, we run a special with that one where for every one book that gets bought, we donate one book to Riley Hospital. And that's Chayla's thing, my daughter. That's what she wants to do. That's how she wants to give back. And so that's built into the business model. Okay, so for every one book that gets bought of A Day with Grace, they're $15 a piece, one book will be donated to the Riley Children's Hospital. So that's how we are doing that. And then I have my other books. I have Become a Sunflower. It's a 100-day devotional / workbook to help deepen your relationship with Christ. It's what I wrote while I was coming out of a mental health crisis. And then we have, so that one's $23. And then we have Beautiful Death, which was my very first publication. It's just the book about how I came out of that unhealthy environment, right? Because I came from those toxic environments, those abusive relationships, those addictions, the incarcerations, the mental health illnesses, and it's about how I handled the beginning of, my recovery, and while I was my grandma's caretaker as she was in the last months of her life, and just navigating all that, becoming a brand new mom, getting off of drugs, being in recovery, learning what it meant to have real friends, starting to exercise. And then I have my other two books, which are not publications, but you can buy them from me. One is I Am, which is a journal prompt workbook. It's 61 biblical affirmations to help you discover your identity and who Christ says you are, like what God says we are in his word. It's what really helped me come out of some negative self-talk and really learning about who I am in Christ. And it's just speaking life, right? I mean, it's what I declare over myself every day. And then there's the 8 tips to break free from the prison of the mind. That is what I wrote. It's just 8 simple tips, practical tips that anybody could apply to their life to help them come out of some anxiety, to help them come out of some just the prisons of the mind that we do to ourselves. And so those will all be available at the events that I'm going to be at. I'm super excited. I hope that I get some support from the community, people who know me personally, who have been following me and know my story. I would love that. And then we will be at the Hope Heritage Days, which is September 25th through the 27th. We'll be there with some really cool merch and some books and just some flower bouquets. My mom is amazing at putting together some beautiful flowers. And so we are going to have our booth there. My mom and sister-in-law are going to be running that booth for me because I have to work that weekend. But they are so gracious to run it for me, so I'm so excited. Anyway, I hope to have y'all support. Can't wait to see you on the other side.